ma'am.
Hi, Mert. Yeah.
How are you?
Oh, not too bad. I'm okay now. So, yeah, we can start if you like.
Okay. I think there is not. There's no person.
Yeah, yeah, I think, yeah, they will come later. We'll see.
Okay, we can start. I can ask if you want.
Sure.
Which part would you like to answer?
Part 2 maybe? Do you have a timer? I don't have a timer.
Okay. I can set a timer with my smartphone.
Okay, sounds good. You can also send the question.
Okay.
On our messenger. I'll make you co-host in case I'm still talking and somebody would try to log in. Is that okay?
Sorry?
I'll make you co-host. Oh, there is no co-host in this thing.
Okay.
Sorry, I can't because there's no co-host, only host. So if I'll make you host, then I'll.
If anyone wants to join, I can accept.
Okay.
Just wait a second.
You can screenshot the question.
Yes, I am sending.
So you don't have to type. Okay, here we go. Describe a weekend that you enjoyed and still remember. When it was, what you did during this weekend, how much you enjoyed it. Okay.
You want to start?
Yeah, I think I can start now.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you can start.
Okay, over the years, I've been having wonderful weekends with family and friends, but if I have to describe one today, it will be a weekend that I spent with my family, and there were also a lot of friends with us, and that was before the outbreak of the pandemic, so it must have been more than 2 years now since that weekend took place, and you can tell that I really remember that it's a special time for me. What happened was we were gathered together. Actually, we made a plan. We had some invitations sent out to our friends that we would have a barbecue on a park. The park is just walking distance from where I live. And so we had lots of food at that time because our friends came and they brought lots of different kinds of cuisines. And of course, the barbecue and hot dogs, marshmallows. And so kids were enjoying because that was like a family day. And there was my family and my friend's family. And I think the highlight of that event was really the game that we had. And the game was like you kind of imitate animals and you work with a partner. So if you choose an animal like a dog, then your partner or you can be a dog, and you act like a dog, and there is your partner waiting for you doing or racing. It was like a racing game with different animals. Okay.
But you can continue.
Okay. And overall, that was really, it gave us a tremendous, beautiful memories. It gave us, until now, I still remember them, and I took lots of videos. And I always tell our friends about that occasion. So that was really fantastic. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
All right,
You can ask me from part 3.
part 3. Okay.
Yes.
Let's see. Nobody came to log in yet. The thing is, I can't retrieve my Makar.
Actually, Aneesh saw the message.
What did he say?
Aneesh saw the message. I can see in the chat box.
Oh, okay.
Facebook. Maybe he can join. He will join.
Okay.
We can continue.
Yeah, I'm gonna look for these questions that I'm gonna give you. So you want part 3 questions, right? Mert?
Yes, part 3.
Part 3. Okay. So your part 3 question, the context is about family.
Okay.
Okay, your first question is, do you think it's important for family members to have similar interests?
In my opinion, it's an important thing to a family do activities together. Also, if family members have similar interests, like watching the same series, it can be more enjoyable for their. It can be more enjoyable to they get more to for their pleasure and also they can spend their free time together more funny.
Okay, your second question is, why do you think children often do the same kind of jobs as their parents?
Same jobs?
Yeah, same jobs, like work.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Why do you think children often do the same kind of jobs as their parents?
I think there are many reasons for children tend to do same job with their parents, because one of these one of these reasons is some jobs are more safety about earning money. For example, some of the, for example, if a child would be a tradesman in their future, he or she can earn a lot of money by selling something to people, but if he or she would be a worker or something, it's not a safety feature for him.
Okay.
About money.
Okay, next question. In terms of personality, are people more influenced by their family or by their friends?
I think people people tend to affect by their friends more than their families, because our friends are playing a main role in our lives. For example, we go to work in every day, and we spend our most of our times in the workplace with our friends, and because of this, our friends are very effective in our treatments and our lives, because consequently we are spending less time with our family rather than our friends.
Okay, your next question, I think this is harder. How do people in your country feel about genetic research?
Genetic research? I think most people are neutral to genetic research in most countries, most of countries. But genetic research can be helpful about people's if an individual want to learn about their child exactly whether it's her or him child or not, whether or not it's exactly his or her child. Right. I think it can be effective in this situation.
Okay, so your last question is, do you think genetic engineering will permanently change society?
It's an interesting question. I think in the future, genetic engineering will be effective for our lives. most people most scientists tend to work about genetic research, and they are working for animals, changing animals' genetics, and in the next years, in the future, there are many consequences of this research, and this research can affect our lives maybe badly. Badly.
Okay. So
It's not my measure.
I know that's kind of
yeah.
hard. Those
But
topics.
It was good questions.
Yeah, the topic was hard. I admit that.
I tried.
Yeah, you did well. Okay, so now it's my turn.
Okay.
You can give me part 3 questions too.
Part 3. Okay. I will ask you some part 3 questions about historic place.
Mm-hmm.
And first question is, how do people in your country feel about protecting historic buildings?
Oh, my people or the people in my country, they want to advocate about protecting historic buildings. But the thing is, it's because the majority of the people are poor. There are more important things than protecting historic building for the majority of the people. So let's say they will hear on the news that we should protect the buildings or historic or old buildings, heritage buildings. And there is another news that's about how to get free food or free bags of rice. Most people will just go watch the news about how to get free bags of rice. So that's how my people in my country feel about preserving heritage buildings. That means it's in the background because that's not really what they feel they need at the moment or the urgent need. So that's my take about that question, that people are not really paying attention too much in the preservation of heritage buildings.
Okay, and next question is, do you think an area can benefit from having an interesting historic place locally? In what way?
Can you repeat, please?
Do you think an area can benefit from having an interesting or historic place locally?
Oh, I
And
would.
in what way?
Yeah, I would agree that a specific area can benefit in preserving historic places, and in a way that they would attract tourists. If you, for example, preserve one area that had a historic background, then you can tell the people from different countries who are visiting that area, or for example, you are attracting many people to visit that area because of the historic background. So when when it's very popular for tourists, uh, the result will be good money for the locality. And yeah, I think that's the way you attract tourists, or that's the way you benefit when you preserve historic places in one area or a locality.
And next question is, what do you think will happen to historic places or buildings in the future? Why?
I think there are, yeah, what I've seen on the horizon is that digital world is prevalent nowadays. So people have less and less interest in preserving historic places, because historic places normally uh, they don't have this technology. You have to preserve uh, the way of life, the theme of the way of life of the people back in that era, for example. And people to this day, they want everything quick. For example, they want everything quick on TV. Uh, that they don't need to press a button. They don't want uh, going somewhere to switch on uh, something to have that television work. But when you have when you preserve historic places, for example, if the place is like a mansion, and there are like memorabilia in that mansion, with old telephones, and you cannot use that telephone anymore these days or nowadays, because all phones now, people, they prefer iPhones or any smartphones, because of the convenience. You just carry it with you anywhere, and you can use it for many ways. So yeah, I don't think there would be more and more historic places that would be preserved in the future, and that's because they are disappearing, because people or the government or governments in any countries or companies, they won't get interested in preserving that place, because people wouldn't be interested at all.
Okay. And last question is, how were you taught history when you were at school?
I'm sorry, how were you?
How were you taught history when you were at school?
When I was at school, I learned this history about our national hero through a book. So we were required to buy that book, although we could find that book in the library, but our professor wanted us to have our own copy so that we can also read chapters or ahead of time before the professor would give lessons about this story of that national hero. And I remember there was a chapter that was called No Limit Tanghiri, because each chapter was titled. No Limit Tanghiri is a Spanish word that has an equivalent. When you translate it to English, it's called Touch Me Not. There was a political sense of that phrase, but at that time I didn't really understand why was that chapter called or title. What's the reason why that chapter was called No Limit Tangery or Touch Me Not? And now I begin to realize that I think that's because the political view of the characters at that time, they did not want to be enslaved by the Spanish people who came to colonize our country at that time. So touch me not, meaning don't change my opinion about my own country. Don't force me to believe your ideology that's coming from your own country, because this is my country, this is what I believe, and touch me not. That's the meaning of that. So I learned that through that book, and not only by from the explanation of our professors, but reading that book over and over again.
Okay, your part 3 section is over.
Okay, doke. So we have Aneesh. Hello, Aneesh.
Yes.
Hi ma'am, how are you?
Welcome, Aneesh.
I'm okay, Aneesh. Yeah, nice to have
How are you,
you.
ma'am?
Yeah.
I'm fine. Aneesh, how are you?
Actually, just now I reached home, ma'am, because I have evening duty. That's why I came late.
Oh, you're a busy guy.
Then how are you, ma'am? How is going your classes?
Everything's good, but busy. So, and yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Mert and Anish, you can do your thing. I mean, because Anish just came, Anish, you can ask questions to Mert, and then Mert will ask you questions. Would that be okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, Mert.
Hello, Anish. You can ask me from part 1.
Part 1, okay. So, my name is Aneesh Mohanan. I'm your examiner. So, could you please tell me your name?
My name is Mert Atçoğlu.
Okay. How can I call you?
You can call me Mert.
Okay. Do you work or study?
I graduated from university last year, so I have been working for to do master abroad.
Okay. At what age do most people leave school in your country?
In my country, people leave from their school at 22 when they 22 years old. When they are 22 years old, but maybe sometimes they can finish their school at when they are 23.
Okay. So, what was your favorite subject at school?
At school, English was my favorite subject. I usually like listening my teacher when he gives a lesson to their students. Yes, that's why I like listening to English lessons in my school when I was at school.
Okay. So your last question is, what did you do last weekend?
Last weekend, actually, I am little bit of sick because of I have COVID-19, and I spent my time with reading book, and also I studied for my preparation for IELTS, and also in addition I played some video games in my computer at the last weekend.
Okay, so your cartoon section is over.
Okay, Aneesh. I can ask you which part would you like to answer?
Part 3.
3, okay. Okay. I will ask you some part 3 questions about cinema. And your first question is, do you think the cinema has increased or decreased in popularity in recent years?
I think that popularity of in recent years cinemas are increasing because a lot of people leisure time spent with the cinemas, because we know most of the people are workaholic in recent days. So compared to yesterday's years, most of the people like to spend their leisure time with cinemas, with their family and friends. Moreover, it gives immense happiness, and they will engage their life with that type of activities, because it will help to reduce their work pressure, and whenever they met new friends, they reunite with that kind of cinemas will help to create a good memories in everyone's life.
Okay, and next question is, in your opinion, will this trend continue in the future?
Yes, of course. In future also it will continue these kind of cinemas, because now especially we know a lot of platform like Netflix, Amazon platform is there, but after COVID-19, so many people like to spend their time with in cinemas, because they want their free mind, because whenever we see the films in our home, otherwise other social media network platform, it's not give that good boss and good visual. So I think cinemas give a lot of good visual, and it will help to de-stress their life. So in future, obviously so many people like to go in cinemas.
Okay, next question is, what are the advantages and disadvantages of making films of real life events?
Yeah, I think there are a lot of advantages in recently making lot of films, because so many people admire in some kind of films, like some one example, like in Lucifer, in Malayalam film industry, one of the beautiful film, that actor provide a lot of charity workers. So it will help to improve some orphanage student. They get good food and education. So nowadays so many people, when that people saw that kind of movie, after that they will try to do those kind of social activities and charity workers. So these are the motivational things happening in recent days. And moreover, so many admire film like sport activity film. It will boost up youngsters life, and they think that are the good advantages and a lot of opportunities available in future and their current life. So whenever that students saw that kind of movie, after that they will enthusiastically doing those kind of activities in life, and they will success in their life.
Okay, and next question is, how important do you think it is for a filmmaker to remain true to the original story?
Sorry, I couldn't understand the question.
Okay.
Could you please?
How important do you think it is for a filmmaker to remain true to the original story?
Yeah. I think when that original story gives a lot of good things in real life, and that kind of movies making is better for in all over the world and some particular society, because we know so most of the society is suffering a lot of disadvantages. So whenever they produced that kind of movie, that filmmaking gives a good visual, and it's one kind of reality. So people saw that kind of movie, and after that they realize, oh, these are the hazardous situation facing in current scenario. So they would like to change those kind of activities in their current life. So whenever that real stories make film, it gives a lot of good impact in our society, and moreover sometimes it gives a negative impression. So I think that kind of things, whenever we saw that kind of movie, after that we realize that is positive or negative impact. So it will help to create a new plan and a new life in, and how to create that kind of, how to solve that issues. So whenever they saw that kind of real movies, after that they think differently.
And last question is, should films and television be censored, or should we be free to choose what we see?
Yes, of course. In through television and the visuals, we can see what we have to see in directly, because anyone want to see some kind of things, they will decide, because it's like their opinion. So those are the things who have been watching that kind of things, that will their own ideas. So I think that kind of things are their people's suggestion.
Okay, Anish, your part 3 section is over.
Okay, thank you, Mert.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Ma'am?
Okay,
Ma'am,
I'm
are you
here.
there?
So we still have how many minutes left? Oh, we still have 2 minutes. Actually, I don't see
Okay.
it here. So you
Okay, can I
talk.
ask you a question, ma'am?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so the question is, so I will ask you for part 2 question.
Oh, okay.
Okay, as soon as
I hope we still have time. Yeah, let's see.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a simple question. Like, describe your favorite weather. What kind of weather? When this weather usually occurs, and explain how this weather affects you.
Okay. Yeah. Can you send it? Okay, I'll just speak right away. Anyways. So
Yeah, there is nothing.
okay. Over the years, I've noticed that I've changed many times. I've changed my favorite weather. Sometimes I'd say it's summer, and sometimes I'd say it's fall, and sometimes I'd say winter or spring. And the reason is that, or okay, but if I have to describe my favorite weather right now, it will be winter. And the reason is that it's just the right time for winter. It's winter here in Canada, and uh, one of the things that I like when there is snow or it's icy ground is because I could go for skating. Uh, when I came to Canada the first time, I thought like, okay, how can I enjoy winter? And for many winters that had passed, I felt like I was really depressed each time. So I told myself I need to do something to be able to enjoy winter. And at that time, I didn't know how to skate, and I was so afraid to skate because many friends told me that, oh, it's very risky, you will fall and you will break your leg, you will break your hip, and all sorts of those things. But one day I really sat down and said, okay, I have to really do this. I have to learn how to skate. So what I did, I watched lots of YouTube videos about skating as a beginner. So long story short, here I am. I know how to skate, and I always look forward to a winter season, and that's because I want to also show off my skates. I want to show off how I can do skating, being an Asian individual coming from Asia when we didn't have skating. Well, we also have skating, but you can only do that in a skating rink, like it's a man-made rink. It's I mean, you have to go to a mall and you pay. Here I can go to this area, there is a walking distance, and I can go to skate there for free. And we have also the Rita Canal. It's the historic Rita Canal. They call it historic. And it is known also in the world as, well, it is known as the largest and the longest skating rink in the world. So I'm so happy that I know how to skate, and now I came to love the winter season, and that's my most favorite now instead of summer or fall or spring. Um, yeah, I think that's overall changing different seasons as my favorite. Overall, winter is the longest that I've come to realize that it's my favorite. I think I already exceeded 2 minutes now. No?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. I'm just waiting for your 3 minutes.
Yeah. And I think I don't have the limit now, but we have to stop because I need to go somewhere, do um, something for my phone. Okay?
Okay.
So, but if you guys want to continue, do you want to continue talking or asking questions?
Aneesh?
Yeah, if Mert is free, we can do, no issues.
Okay, so
Okay,
I'll make you guys.
we can do one more
Okay.
turn.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll make you a host, Mert, and I'll sign
Okay.
out. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank
So
you
Thank
you
you.
can continue and just leave the meeting when you're done.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye bye.
Bye.
See you.
Okay. See you guys on.
Yes, Anish.
Yeah, yes.
We can.
Oh, okay. Bye, YouTube. Bye now.